Before there were machines, missiles, markets, or megabytes, there were minds, ancient minds, who pondered the same questions we now ask machines. Who are we? Why are we here? And how should we live together? Long before silicon chips, the world was wired by spirit and curiosity. In India, sages sat by the rivers of the Saraswati and Ganga, whispering the truths of the Upanishads. Tat Tavam Asi, you are that. A message of oneness, beyond skin, tongue, or borders. In Nepal, Prince Siddhartha renounced power and privilege to become the Buddha, seeking not conquest, but compassion, a middle path between indulgence and denial. In Cambodia, the wisdom of the Khmer Empire was carved into the walls of Angkor Wat, blending Hindu and Buddhist insights into a symphony of spiritual and cosmic order. In Greece, Socrates walked the streets of Athens questioning everything. The unexamined life is not worth living. While in China, Confucius taught that the root of society was not wealth or war, but respect, family, and harmony. Across the Native American plains, the Lakota said, Mitakuye Oyashing, all are related. A belief echoed in Africa where Ubuntu emerged. I am because we are. Different tongues, different lands, one message, harmony with self, others, and nature. These philosophies weren't abstract, they built societies. The Indian concept of dharma, or righteous duty, guided kings and commoners alike. In times of war or peace, it asked, are you living in alignment with the universe? Buddhism spread across Asia not through swords, but silent steps. Monks walked barefoot, offering teachings on impermanence and compassion. No AI can replicate that level of human stillness. In Cambodia, spiritual philosophy shaped not only temples, but laws, irrigation, architecture, a governance rooted in cosmic balance. American indigenous philosophy shaped ecological sustainability. Never take more than needed. These beliefs were governance frameworks, soft power structures founded on empathy, not empire. But these ideas faced challenges: invasions, dogma, colonization, and modernity. The simplicity of soul began to get buried under the complexity of greed. When humans stopped listening to wisdom, they started listening only to power. Today, AI can write poetry, drive cars, detect diseases, and perhaps replace millions of jobs. We fear not just machines, but meaninglessness. We see rising unemployment as algorithms outpace artisans, mental health crises as individuals drown in digital validation, discrimination despite data, income inequality despite innovation, religious and racial hatred fanned not by flames, but by feeds, moral erosion where truth is filtered through followers and profit, self-obsession where the mirror has replaced the window, the failure of capitalism when a few billionaires live on Mars while millions can't afford bread. What if the answers weren't in the next version of GPT or quantum computers, but buried in ancient scrolls, temple stones, and meditative silences? From India, the Bhagavad Gita teaches detachment from results, act out of duty, not desire, a cure for burnout, greed, and toxic competition. From Nepal, the Four Noble Truths offer a manual for suffering, not escape through consumption, but liberation through awareness. From Cambodia, the temple carvings reflect balance, heaven and earth, war and peace. They teach leadership as stewardship. From Native Americans, we're reminded to live lightly and speak to nature, not just extract from it. From Confucius, a lesson on ethical leadership, that the strength of a nation lies not in its army, but in the virtue of its leaders. In a world of artificial intelligence, we need to reawaken ancient wisdom. Imagine AI guided by ethics from ancient texts, not just efficiency. Policies influenced by Buddhist compassion, not corporate lobbying. Schools teaching empathy and mindfulness, not just math and marketing. Media amplifying voices of unity, not division. A world where Dharma, not GDP, is the measure of success. What if The future of humanity isn't in beating AI, but becoming more human. Let us envision a borderless world, where every child grows up knowing both algorithms and ancient hymns, where temples, churches, schism, mosques, AI labs, and classrooms coexist in harmony, where diversity isn't tolerated, it is celebrated, where the world isn't divided by politics, but united by purpose, where humans don't chase machines, but chase meaning. Close your eyes. See children from every nation laughing under a Bodhi tree, a Buddhist monk teaching mindfulness to coders in Silicon Valley, an AI assistant quoting the Dhammapada, not just the Dow Jones, grandparents and grandchildren meditating together in Himalayan villages while their devices recharge in solar huts. No border, no bias, just boundless being. This is not utopia. This is possible. The ancient world once imagined it, now the modern world must build it, together. If this message touched your soul, don't let it be another video that disappears into the scroll. Tap the like button, not just for the algorithm, but for the awakening. Share this with someone who needs to remember who we are and where we come from. Subscribe. It's just one click. It costs nothing, but it means everything to us. It keeps this light shining. Leave us a comment. Let's talk. Let's learn from each other. Your voice, your story could be the seed of the next transformation. Together we can break free from the rat race and rediscover what truly matters. Thank you, fellow seeker. This is just the beginning.